we shall discuss one Android application which displays various types of alert dialogs. Say here, for example, if we click this button, alert dialog, it displays a dialog box with this as a title, this one as a message, and two buttons. If I select yes, means here toast message is displayed, and likewise if I display the no button, a toast message is displayed. Accordingly, according to the button, we can do further action. And then one more type of dialog is a list dialog, which lists a list of items, and if I select anything green, then the color changes to the background color changes to green, and likewise if I select yellow, the background color changes to yellow. This is a list dialog. The third type of dialog is a radio button dialog, in which I think this radio button dialog which selects only one out of multiple things. Alright, the third button is a radio group button, and when I select red and blue, the color changes. How to incorporate this, we shall see. Right, so this is how we start. Select right click, new, select an Android project. We call it as alert dialog exercise. Select next, finish. Alright. So now I'll do the alert dialog exercise. Right, in the layout, let us add three buttons. In the XML layout, let us add three buttons. This I will delete. I will add one button and I will enlarge it. And this I will change the property to, instead of button, I will call it as alert dialog. Same way, you add one more button and change the text to list dialog, and add one more button and make the text to radio button dialog. Right, this is what I have done. I have changed the text to alert dialog, list dialog, and radio button dialog for button 1, button 2, button 3. Because I want to change the background, put an ID in the relative layout, whatever layout you have. There you put an ID that this layout, the entire background is identified by background. Now in the Java file, that is now in the main class, add three objects, button 1, button 2, button 3 of class button, and likewise one object BG for the relative layout. Therefore, these are the four objects I have created. Associate this to the XML layout. Right, the BG is equal to find view by ID, whatever name you have given background, and use the cast operator, and likewise button 1, button 2, button 3 you associate it to the XML file. Now whenever each button is clicked, we have to show a dialog box. Therefore, for these all the three buttons, we have to add a on click listener. In order to add it, you implement this class, implement on click listener. When you implement an on click listener, you have to add unimplemented methods, which will be, you have to add the unimplemented methods. Then write button 1 click user, button 2 and button 3. So whenever button 1 is clicked, now this function is executed. Right. If this one, whatever button we click, it comes through this variable. So get that ID, and if it is button 1, write a function. We shall call a function show dialog 1. If the second button is clicked, we shall call a function show dialog 2. If the third button is clicked, we shall call another function show dialog 3. In the show dialog 1, let us create a alert dialog builder. The object is equal to builder, and this one I create a new object, and we set the title is equal to delete, which appears on the top as a title. we set the message, what message is to be displayed in the dialog box. Then we have two buttons. One is set positive button, which has the caption yes in the button, and when the button is clicked, this routine is called, which displays only a short toast message that yes is selected. And we have one more thing, set a negative button. We have one more button and the caption is no. Whenever the no is clicked, we call another on-click listener which displays no is selected. No is selected. Right, these are the properties of builder we have set. We have set the title, we have set the message, we have a button with no, we have a button with yes. With these properties, now we will create an object dialog. With that builder, whatever builder I made, that one is created, and that finally dialog box is shown as show dialog 1, which is displayed whenever the button 1 is clicked. Alright, let us see up to this whether it is working or not. So when we run the application, then we get this one, and if I select this alert dialog, so these are the properties I set. One, I set the title equal to delete, which is appearing here. I set the message delete this file, which is appearing here, and we set a positive button with the caption equal to yes, which is when if it is clicked, your toast message yes is selected is appearing, which I have written here. And likewise, when this no button is clicked, then we set that the no is selected. This message is displayed. Right, the first dialog box is open. When the second button is clicked, now we have to show another function, show dialog 2. So we write the same thing. We create a builder, and this time we have a title, set a color. We have an array of colors like red, green, blue, cyan, magenta, and we call as a string array colors. And the builder, here we set the message positive button and a negative button. Here, since we want to display a list of items, so builder.set items, which items we want to display? All the colors which I have this one. These colors I want to display. Alright, and now whenever it is clicked, this is the listener, new dialog interface click listener. Alright, so which button is clicked? It is coming through this one, argument 1, and when this argument is equal to 1, that means the red color is selected. Therefore, in my BG is my layout. Here I said that this background is the layout, that is the background which I have taken from the relative layout. For that, we set the background is equal to, is this one, background is equal to red because my first color is red. If the second item is selected, I make it as a green, and likewise the last one is selected, I set the background color to yellow. Let us check whether up to this one is working or not. And therefore, if I run the application, then I get this one list dialog, and see that when I select green, the color changes to green, and if I select something yellow, then the set background is yellow. The entire layout is selected as a BG, which is my display. Likewise, now instead of this second color, now this one is only single item. For the third dialog box, we want only one item to be selected. Therefore, the same thing I copy and paste, everything I copy and I paste it here, except one difference. Instead of set items, in the radio button, we select the set single choice item. Single choice item, and this is the array, and this one is the which item to be selected, and this new dialog interface. Right, in the same way, whenever an item is selected, based on the color, based on the position, we change the color to whatever color is selected in the radio button. Because we have set this one to single choice item, it will become as a radio button. Now let us run that as a application. And here if I get the radio button, see that if I change to red, the color changes to background color red, and likewise blue, the color changes to blue. Right, so this way we have created a simple application where we display three types of dialogues. One for a dialog box with a positive negative button, and another dialog box with a single items being selected, and another item where item is single item, and this one is Here we have set items. By default, it is only single item only. In the case of a single choice item, means that radio button is displayed, and based on the selection, we change the color. So a very simple application in Android. Hope this would have given a little introduction about the Android, about this dialog boxes. Remaining thing we shall see next class. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening. This class we shall discuss one Android application which displays various types of alert dialogs. Say here, for example, if we click this button,